What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to talk about Spider-Man coming to Marvel's Avengers. So I know this isn't a up-to-the-minute video. Obviously, I waited till the next day in the morning, but man, what a surprising turn of events, right? Obviously, over the weekend, we had heard that this was pretty, it was gaining steam, let's say, right? Obviously, then pretty much shot down Monday morning, only to then be like, well, I mean, what's even the point of doing? That's why you really gaming journalism is you can't really trust gaming journalists in general. So let's talk about Spider-Man. Let's talk about my feelings of it. Let's talk about it being exclusive to PlayStation. But before I jump into that, I do want to promote my Twitter really fast. If you guys haven't yet followed me, Podcast Now 15 is the Twitter handle. It'll also be in the description below. Again, if you guys have not yet checked it out, I tend to give previews of what the videos are going to be for the next day. I interact with people over there as well. So again, if you guys haven't yet followed me, Podcast Now 15. All right, so now again, I think this kind of blows IGN's journalism out of the water, right? Because again, they confirm like, hey, it's not true. We talked to that base website, the one that had it. I guess it also proves that they are liars, and they obviously made a mistake there and then had to kind of go back on it. But look, at the end of the day, there's a couple things. Obviously, there's a couple major things we have to talk about. One, this isn't the most unexpected thing in the world, although it is absolutely massive. Okay, I mean, there's absolutely no denying that this is huge, but it's not all that unexpected. There has been talk. In fact, I made a video predicting if Spider-Man would make it into the game. I think I did it like 2-3 weeks ago. So not unexpected, but definitely a pretty big thing in general. It's not Spider-Man PS4's, that Peter Parker. It's not that one. So, I get it. I understand it. I have been petitioning for a while that I think they should use that version, if anything, but then to kind of create a world where, like, yeah, they all exist in the same. Because honestly, what they're doing here is formally saying that this Avengers game is separate from the Spider-Man game. So Spider-Man PS4, we know that the Avengers exist. And then when we had the trailer for that Once an Avenger, mission on this Marvel's Avengers game with Thor, right? We saw the Daily Bugle, so we knew they existed. But again, we kind of read it wrong that they do exist kind of separately. So the Avengers do exist in Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4, soon to be PS5, right? They do exist, but they're not the same group as this group. And then the Spider-Man in this Marvel's Avengers is not the same. So again, is it disappointing? Maybe a little, but at the same time, it goes with their theme, right? That they do not want to be the movies. They don't want to be associated with the movies. And not just, I mean, I know because you could be saying, well, Alex, the PS4 version of Spider-Man isn't the movie. True, but they also have made it very, very clear that they want to be their own thing, right? That their own, entity, their own story, their own characters. It's them picking their favorite versions of these characters. It's them picking characters and versions that we, as an audience, we really want. So again, it keeps with the theme that, while I would have liked it to kind of keep everything nice and clean, at the same time, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. They get to tell their own version. It'll be, and honestly, it is cool because it's a whole nother unique. Now, could they butcher him? Sure. I mean, will this Avengers game even be very good? We don't know yet, right? But at the same time, they do have an opportunity to make a brand new Spider-Man, like again, right? A brand new Peter Parker, another voice actor, right? Another kind of personality, another age, right? Sounded like in the blog post that he's going to be younger. So we know the Peter Parker, like in Spider-Man, the PS4, he's been Spider-Man for a very, very long time, right? This one, I don't necessarily think it'll be like maybe Tom Holland, but I don't think it's going to be to the lengths of the Peter Parker that we have in Spider-Man. So that's obviously massive. And then the fact that it's coming only to PlayStation. So it's coming to PlayStation in 2021. I don't assume that counts with the 4 DLC. So, we've seen a lot of people saying that, right? How Hawkeye is the second circle out of those 4 circles. A lot of people saying that's only going to be the 2020 heroes and that there will be 2021. I do think that's probably true. I also think that first one could be maybe like Ant-Man. Maybe they formally announced like that is who, that character, I guess, is referencing. We'll have to see how they do it, but I don't think Spider-Man is going to count in that 3 and 4 circle. That's just my prediction, but I don't think that's what they're hinting at. Look, I have to walk on eggshells here because it is tough because I always get, if I'm praising Sony, I'm called a Sony fanboy. If I criticize Sony, I'm considered a Sony hater. So it is definitely difficult. Like, I understand it, and I get where people, I guess, are coming from, even though I don't think they're grabbing onto the full story. Look, how you look at it, this is big for PlayStation. I mean, there's no way of denying this is absolutely massive for PlayStation, okay? Is it fair? Well, it's probably just about as fair as Spider-Man becoming only PlayStation, right? I get it. I've seen so much of it, especially because I've talked about the Warner Bros. Sale. I've talked about Microsoft buying them, and I've seen just so many, honestly, different opinions. Now, are all of them fair? Not necessarily. Do some of them, like, attack me? And are they, again, like, a little unfair? Yeah, but I do, honestly, I see other people's point of view, okay? And I think that having a YouTube channel and making a video like I've done in the past does open your eyes to that kind of stuff. I get it. People felt burned when Spider-Man had always been a multi-console thing where you could play him pretty much anywhere, and then all of a sudden he appears only on PlayStation. He is in Marvel's, he's actually in an Ultimate Alliance, right? Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3 that came out on the Switch last year. So it's not like he's nowhere. This one is a little bit different, right? Because obviously he's coming to a neutral game, but he's only coming on PlayStation. So again, like, there's gonna be hate, and by the way, I don't think it's a problem if you hate on this. I think honestly, again, seeing those comments and seeing just the other side of it, that is what's kind of opened my eyes to it, right? I feel confident and comfortable saying it. I'm like, I have a PlayStation, okay? I mean, flat out, I have a PlayStation. I was getting Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation anyway. I'll be able to play as Spider-Man, okay? Am I excited about that? Oh, you can bet I am, okay? I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to be able to do that. Is it fair, again, that it's only on PlayStation? Again, it's about as fair as Marvel's Spider-Man, the PS4 version, only being on PlayStation. The same people that were upset about that are the same people that are going to be upset about this. I get it. I understand exclusives are part of the game, and Sony has deals, and believe it or not, Microsoft has deals too. Microsoft has done things too. Obviously, a lot of eyes are on Sony, right, kind of because of the unfairness that they have more than Microsoft. But in all reality, they both have their own kind of deals that benefit them. Ultimately, it's kind of a situation where you gotta basically have the systems. You gotta have more than one system. It sucks. I'm not advocating to spend $1,000 on these different systems, but basically what I'm trying to get at, and I guess even if I just kind of admit it to myself, I'm okay with this. I should say I'm only okay with it because I have a PS4 and because I was already getting Avengers on the PS4. It doesn't impact me. So I should make that clear. I mean, it does not actually influence or impact anything of me. But if it's somebody else, if you only have an Xbox and you were like, we've heard these rumors of Spider-Man, maybe you didn't want to believe that was only exclusive. I mean, this is flat out disappointing, right? This is something that definitely is going to disappoint you, and I get it. I completely understand it. So definitely, for a PlayStation fan, a very positive day, right? I mean, actually, yesterday was State of Play with this Spider-Man thing. I mean, yesterday was like a day in heaven, right, for PlayStation. So, they got something good. Honestly, it does enhance Marvel's Avengers because having Spider-Man. Now, it doesn't sound like he's going to necessarily get the treatment as the other heroes. I could have just been reading that wrong, but it doesn't sound necessarily like, basically, we can only compare him with Hawkeye right now. It doesn't sound like he's going to have as much with, as Hawkeye does. And I don't mean like skills. I don't mean like fighting. I mean like the story and the missions like available to him. I don't know if they'll be equal. I don't necessarily expect that because he's exclusive, so I don't know how much extra work, they'd be willing to put into that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if he's just as deep. I think gameplay and obviously like his voice actor is not going to suck and stuff like like he's going to have quality, but I wonder if he's going to have, I guess, quantity compared to the other heroes that are going to be added in on this game, right? So again, PlayStation, if you're a PlayStation fan, if you're getting Marvel's Avengers on PlayStation, like you were already going to do that, it's a good story. It's honestly a really good story. It's a really exciting thing. It's going to help the game. Remember, I said, like, if you ask me what are some characters that could be put into this game that could and actually, didn't I say this? I said this in the DLC when I was predicting the DLC. If you asked me what's one hero, you only have one hero. If this game was dying and you told me, Alex, you have one hero to save this game to bring it back. I know I've seen people say like X-Men or Deadpool. I mean, yeah, I guess I would agree. Those would be pretty substantial as well. But honestly, I think Spider-Man would still be bigger than both of them. And obviously now they're adding him. So definitely a good day for a PlayStation fan. Definitely a good day for Marvel's Avengers in general because I really do think Spider-Man is going to help this game out a ton. So, overall, some pretty positive things. We'll have to see what he looks like. We'll have to see how he acts. I don't think we'll necessarily see that for a little while, though. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? You excited about Spider-Man coming coming to Marvel's Avengers, exclusive on PlayStation. Are you mad about, obviously, that last part? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all of these videos go up. Again, follow me on Twitter if you guys haven't, Podcast Now 15. And this is Avengers beta week, so it only seems fitting that this kind of stuff happened, right? So there's going to be lots more Avengers videos leading into the beta, and then when the beta comes out, I have a couple plans that I'll be doing on this channel as well. Okay, so lots of stuff coming in the very near future, and I hope to see you guys there.